Hello, third graders. Today we are on page 135 of your student journal, and we are on lesson 4. Now I know that our last lesson was really long. Today we're just going to be doing the same lesson, so that will give us more practice with that, because that was quite a long lesson. Okay, so again, we're on page 161, and we're just going to be reviewing what we were doing before. So our objective or our goal is, today I will, and I'm actually going to peek what it was last time. What was our same thing? Today I will measure time intervals using different strategies. Period. And remember, we had 3 strategies that we were practicing. So our 3 strategies were, our first strategy was we move on the clock. We were kind of moving around the clock to help us. Our second strategy, we were adding and subtracting the minutes. And our third strategy was move on a number line. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, remember, if I'm going too fast, you can pause the video to get your notes completely caught up. But those are the 3 strategies that we practiced, and we're going to keep practicing those 3 strategies. Okay, so I'm going to put my green pen down, and you can put your pencil down. And we're going to just exactly what we did yesterday. It's going to be maybe some different numbers, but the same idea. So my first problem says, I'm going to record the time and solve for the time intervals. So when I record the time, I always look for my hour hand. My hour hand is after the 12, but it didn't get to 1 yet. So my hour is 12. And my minutes are, I count by 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. So my minutes are 25. Okay, I can put my time down here as well. 12:25. Okay, the intervals that they want me to use this time is 17 minutes before. Now this one's a little bit trickier because it's not on the 5s, but we can do the same idea. So I'm going to start and I'm going to go back. If I go back 5, I'm going to go back 10. I'm going to go back 15. Oh, and I can't go all the way because that would be 20. So I just need to go back right here and here. That would give me minus 17. So what time would that be? Well, let's see. If that was 5, this one would be 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to say that would be 12:08. Okay, now I could go after 17 also. So I could add 5, I could add 10, I could add 15, and then I'm just going to add 2 more, which would give me right here, which would be, if I added 16, 17, it's going to go right there. So what would that be? That is 30, 35, 40, and then 2 more would be 42. So I'm going to say it's 12:42. Okay, so that was our first strategy. Our second strategy is we're just going to use addition and subtraction. So if I already had 25 minutes and I wanted to go back 17 minutes, what would I have there? What's 25 minus 17? And you might need to do some side work for this, which we come over here and we could try this. So 5 minus 7 I can't do, so I could borrow. And I get 15 minus 7 is 8, and 1 minus 1 is 0. So I'm saying it's 8, which would be 12:08. 12:08. Okay, what about 17 minutes after? That means I already had 25 minutes and I'm going to add 17 more minutes. And again, if I can't do this, I'm just going to do some work and try and figure it out on the side. 5 plus 7 is 12. 2 plus 1 is 3 plus 1 is 4. So I get 42. So I'm saying it's 12:42. Look at my answers from my first strategy and my second strategy. See how they match? Okay, for our number line, remember I put our time right in the middle. So our time was 12:25. And then if I wanted to go back 17 minutes, I'm going to take away 5. Take away another 5, which means 10. Take away another 5, which is 15. And then I can take away 1, which is 16, and another 1. So let's see what this would be. If I took away 5, I would get 12:20. Another 5 would give me 12:15. Another 5 taken away would give me 12:10. 12:09 when I take away 1, and one more would be 12:08. So again, the same answer. Now what if we added 5? We added another 5, which makes 10, another 5, which makes 15, another 1, which makes 16, and another 1, which makes 17. So 12:25 would be 12:30, 12:35, 12:40, and then add 1 is 12:41 and 12:42. Okay, so notice I came up with the same answers using that strategy. Okay, boys and girls, I'm only going to do one with you today because it's our same lesson and I want to get in, only one for you. I want to get to work with working with you today. So you're now going to turn to page 136 and let's get busy together. Okay, so I'm going to grab my green pen and we're on page 136. So first we have to record our time. I look at my hour hand and it's past the 2, but it didn't make it to the 3 yet. So it's 2. And then my minute hand is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So it is 2:40. Okay, and we can write that down here in our time. Our time is 2:40. Okay, they want us to go back 12 minutes. So they want to know what was 12 minutes before. So if I go back here, that means I took away 5 minutes. If I go back here, I took away 10 minutes, and then I would just have to go back 2 minutes right there. So that means it's 25, 26, 27, 28. So it's going to be 2:28. Okay, they also want to know what happens if we go ahead 12 minutes. So then I'm going to start where I was and go, I could add 5 minutes, I could add 10 minutes, and then I just need to add 2 minutes, which would be right there. So let's see, that's 45, 50, and then 1, 2 would be 52. Okay, let's see what it looks like if we just use adding and subtracting. If I had 40 minutes and I wanted to go backwards or take away 12 minutes, what would we come up with? So what is 40 take away 12? I say 0 take away 2 you can't do. So I'm going to borrow. 10 take away 2 is 8. And 3 take away 1 is 2. So it's 28. Is that what I got up here? Yep. Okay, let's try the next one. If I had 40 minutes and they want to go after, they want to add 12, I could say 40 plus 10 is 50 plus 2 is 52. So both times I get the same answers. Let's try our final strategy of our number line. So we put our time in the middle, and then we want to take away 12 minutes. So we want to go back 5, back another 5, which would be 10, back 1, which would be 11, and back 1 more minute, which would be 12. So 240 would be 235. Another 5 would be 230. And if I took 1 away, I would get 229. And then 1 more would be 228, which is our same answer we keep getting. Okay, what if we wanted to add 12 minutes? So I'm going to add 5, add 10. Add another 5, which would equal 10. And then I could add 1, which would be 11, and then add 1 more. So we'd have 240 plus 5 is 245, plus 5 more would be 250, plus 1 would be 251, and plus 1 more would be 252. So all 3 strategies gave us the same answer. Okay. Turning the page, ladies and gentlemen, to page 137. Let's try one more together. Okay, so it says record the time and solve for the time intervals. So when I look at my hour shorthand, it's after the 10, but not at the 11 yet. So it's 10. Let's put our colon to separate our minutes. And then our minutes are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and I'm going to stop. So our time is 10:35, and I wrote it down here also. Okay, this problem wants us to go back 35 minutes. So if we go back 35 minutes, I can take away 5. Another take away 5 would give me take away 10, take away 15, take away 20, take away 25, take away 30, and if I end up back here, once I take away 35, that's going to give me 10 o'clock. Now if I added 35 minutes though, if I add the 35 minutes, this is going to get a little messy, so I might actually use a different color because I don't want to confuse you with our colors. So if I add 35 this time, watch what's going to happen. If I start where I was at and I add 5, and then I add another 5, which is 10, and I add another 5, which would be 15, and another 5, which would be 20, and another 5 would be 25. Are you seeing why I wanted different colors? And if I added another 5, that would give me 30, and another 5 would give me 35. Look where I end up, at the 10. So my minutes is 10. My hour couldn't still be 10 because it was later. So my hour now has to be 11, 11:10. Okay, so let's see what this looked like if we used our adding subtracting strategy. If I had 35 minutes and I wanted to go back 35 minutes or take away 35 minutes, I would end up with nothing, which means it would be 10 o'clock exactly. Now the reason they have this blocked off is because if I had 35 minutes and I added 35 minutes, I would get 70 minutes. And we don't want to go above 60 minutes because in an hour, it's only worth 60 minutes. Okay, and our final strategy is our number line strategy. So we're going to put our time of 10:35 right there. And then we're going to go backwards 5, another 5 is 10, another 5 is 15, another 5 is 20, another 5 is 25, another 5 is 30, and another 5 is 35. I had to make a longer number line because 35 is a lot to take away. So what would we get? If we took away 5, we would get 1030. If I took away another 5, I'd get 1025. Another 5, I'd get 1020. Another 5, I would get 1015. Another 5, I would get 1010. 10:05, and my final ending spot would be 10 o'clock. Okay. And if I added 35, if I add 5, another 5 is 10, another 5 is 15, another 5 is 20, another 5 is 25, another 5 is 30, and another 5 is 35. Let's see what I get. So if I added 5 to that, I would get 1040. Another 5 would give me 1045. 1050, 1055, another 5 minutes after 1055 would be 11, 11:05, and my final stopping spot would be 11:10. So all strategies gave me the same answer. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, you have quite a bit to try on your own. You're going to be trying page 138, which looks like this. And you're also going to be trying page 139, page 140, and 141. So you don't need to do all 3 strategies. You can choose different strategies for different problems. All right, see you tomorrow.